What ho chaps, how the devil? You knew I was going to cover it. I just love talking about that jizz-raddled spunk bowser, MeAgain Markle. Don't I? I just love it. I love to hate her. Because, I'll tell you why, I didn't always hate her. I was well into it a couple of years ago. I thought, hey, a bit of fresh blood. Get some American commoner in mixed into it. I mean, God knows they need it. Let's be honest, even if you're a royalist, there's definitely some new blood required, right? That's why Diana got thrust upon Charles when everybody knew his preference bride was the craggy-faced Esmeralda-looking fucker that he obviously has a hard-on for. Everyone knows that, it's fine. Also, everyone that was pro-MeAgain after she went on a little tirade, especially at Wimbledon, and then subsequent social justice warrior half-baked tirades, we went from being blissful brides to fatal attraction because the necky bint that she is, took the money and ran. She was getting adoring crowds, throngs turning up to throw flowers at her. Everybody paid for a wedding, and then all of a sudden, once the ring's firmly on her manicured fingers, she starts giving it the big I am and talking shit about nice old ladies. So I'm like a spurned lover. I feel worse than when pie-eating Australian striker Mark Viduka and Borough legend buggered off to Newcastle because the money was better. I'm like a scorned lover, and hell hath no fury like a bootneck scorned. So this bint, who's seen more pricks than a second-hand dartboard, she can suck my left nut. And not in the pleasant sexual way, I mean the jog on, you narcissistic, shameless self-climber way. I can't even be that mad at Harry. Harry's just a fucking idiot. There's a light on, but there is definitely nobody home. James Hewitt's got a lot to answer for. If the most athletically minded seaman he could squirt into Harry's mattress-backed mother was that brain-dead juggy Edgoir. It's rare I find myself in agreement with a camp, French-sounding dancer, but Anton's called it right on the money. Meghan and Prince Harry need to grow up. Their name pick is nauseating and irritating and many more ings beside. The kid, if you haven't heard, is called Lilibet, which is a bloody childhood nickname of the Queen that they have took the piss out of shamelessly for the past 18 months. And Diana. I mean, they just make me want to bark. They even said that Archie's first words were Grandma Diana. Fucking, if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you. Why would the kid's first words be in relation to an ethereal gas, at best a spectre, zombie granny? He's never even met the woman. Of course, honestly, they're shameless. Shameless. That's like saying my first words weren't mammy or daddy. They were, I don't know, it was big in the early 80s. Bill Cosby. In hindsight, I'm glad I didn't meet him either. Jimmy Savile. There's plenty of nonsense to pick from. But needless to say, I didn't name drop them because I'd never met them. The baby's been named after Harry's grandmother and his late mum. Ridiculous. The surprisingly based Anton said, well, you know, the right thing to say is that it's lovely and that it's fabulous. But he then launched into a brutal rant saying, I find it nauseating and irritating that they've done that. Me too, Anton. High five, bro. I just want to say, oh, grow up. Well, I agree, Anton, but let me sum up in a bootneck fashion. Listen here, you yo-yo knickered Jezebel. I know your staff are in a good mood these days because they've been riding a wave. Because frankly, since you got into late-term pregnancy, it's the only time you've wandered around the hallways of your palatial Santa Barbara mansion and not left a snail trail on the floor, you cavernous, gusseted harlot. And as for you, well, you just keep out of this, Ginge, because you're just too thick to be angry at. Shouting at Ginge is like shouting at Rain Man. I've got no time for picking on special needs, so I'll leave Harry alone. MeAgain, listen, you can't claim you want privacy and then never shut your pissing yap. You've got an arsehole like a broken cat flap, and your mouth's even bigger than that. Please make good on your threat to stay out of the public eye. Stop giving your kids retarded names, desperate for attention, and stay in your pleasant little domicile, out of my bastard way. Nobody likes you, including your own countrymen and women, because you've got the neck of 1,000 giraffes. Everything you say is demonstrably ridiculous and hypocritical and shameless. So do us all a favour, stick both feet in your fucking mouth and go back to sucking what brains are left out of Ginger's cheese box with your bee-stung lips. Alright? Cheers. When the good Lord was giving out necks, she got a triple portion.